What's it like being on the other side and judging the dancers as a dancer yourself?
It's a privilege. I'm not gonna lie, and and for me and someone like me, it's a huge responsibility. I've spoken about it a lot. I've criticized that position infamously. I just need to live up to my own expectations and and sort of the standards that I set when I was on the other side. I'm that guy. I remember everything I said to those people. So now go do better. It's how I approach parenting. If you're complaining about the society or the people or the whatever, just go make better humans. So like I'm trying to do the same with judging um, and really embrace the opportunity here. It's what a privilege, man. Like to be in a position to be a part of such an important dance project and to be fair, not have to be sweating and training and hurting. I'm like for once, for the first time, I'm that guy. I'm like, but every second of filming audition process was a pinch me moment. I couldn't believe it. I still can't. I'm ecstatic to come back and finish filming the rest 6 weeks and can't come soon enough.
Well, in previous seasons, we've seen there's a mean judge, there's a nice judge. What kind of judge are you, or what kind of judge will you be?
One of a kind. I'm gonna be a me, and I'm gonna be the best me you've ever seen in that position. You know, I want to give audience no reason. I mean, you can love me or hate me. You can love the intonation, the accent, the formulation of sentences. It will be undeniable and unquestionable what I'm saying. That's my goal, is to make sure that whatever comes out of my mouth is directed specifically at what the project is. It's to choose the best dancer, someone who can just overnight the next day go and walk into any audition, not even audition, walk into any stage, walk into any filming, be the next pro on Dancing with the Stars, be the next standout, performer on Beyonce's show. I'm just anything that I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of someone's career that I can look back 10 years from now and say, I was there, I did that. That comment, or maybe this sort of like, as part of the process that made that person really stand out and really show themselves, and now look at them. So I'm very happy. I'm very excited. I'm treating it like same, like I said, I'm treating it like being a parent, just a lot of
Yeah.
responsibility, but also what a blessing to be a part of this.
Speaking of being a parent, now that you're a father of two, what has it been like making that transition and then also having a little one so close in age to your brother's son?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's also Val and I are 6 years apart. We always leaned into that sort of that difference between us as like this is the perfect way. If your kids are not back to back and they don't have that sort of like we're both in Pampers kind of memory. Val and I certainly were a different duo. I fell in love immediately. It took him some time, but I feel like it started that way. It was me and my infatuation with my this little brother that I got,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of not. I'm not forcing it in my kids. It's sort of coming natural. I mean, he is my son, and Peter is that girl that wants her family to be super tight, right? So we instill those things. He can't stop kissing them. They're very tight, and I'm excited. Val's son and my second son to be basically same age. They're 6 months apart.
Mhm.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Crazy. If you told me, and it's 6 years after my first child. I mean, the
Wow.
it's mind blowing. And it's like, how did we try that? Like, it was just like on purpose? Not at all. but be careful what you wish for. Life will give you exactly what you're asking. And, I mean, I did ask that at some point. I think Peter was already super pregnant and we were still living together, Val and I. And she's like, well, listen, I will move out or what's going to happen? I think my goal and dream for a long time was like, can we just get a big house, you on this side? And she's like, bro, we're not raising kids in the same household. Like, just not going to happen. So
Maybe
he had
one
to
day you can get a compound one day, right? And then he could be in one house, you could be in one house, and you guys just walk across the street.
listen. I think at this point, it'll be a basement of one of our houses that we're just going to turn. Yes, you guys can go hang out over there together.
There you
No,
go.
look, we're very close. Our families are very close. It is it's incredible for us to be able to have kids together in age. It's amazing that how tight our family is. And now, again, not went through some things, but Val and I were always together, but our parents were on a different coast. Now they're moving in. So we seem to finally coming back around where everybody's settled now. Everybody's married. Everybody's got kids. We're in the same time. Before Val was like, let's go hang out. I'm like, what time? It's like the quintessential meme.
Yeah.
9 p.m. What? 9 p.m. to do what? 9 p.m. I'm sleeping. I'm actually passing out. So last night was my birthday, and it's the
Oh,
longest I
happy
stayed.
birthday.
Thank you. It was 12:30 when we got home with
Wow.
Pia. She was already dead asleep in the car, and I was like, I need to be driven. So like, it was a struggle.
Yeah.
Especially, I opened my eyes. I'm like, babe, what's up? And she's like, no, it's all good. 6:20. We're already all up. I'm like, 6:20. The household wakes up, and you have no choice.
Yeah.
So now Val is on the same schedule. We're back at it.
But also on the same line, speaking of your children, we see that your older son Shai is dancing with you and Peta sometimes in some of your videos. Do you think that your kids will get into dancing one day? Do you want them to get into dancing?
We're following the same process my parents did. They decided they were a young couple and they had me when they were like 20 or something. It's unheard of nowadays. It's insane.
Yeah.
But they quickly set up, they were like, look, we just need to limit his free time, and then if that time is regulated with activities, then he's not going to get in trouble. It's like the spongy, first forming years, just like give him everything, right? And
Yeah.
so we're doing the same. He's got karate, he's got a mean serve in tennis, I got to tell you that. He's swimming, he's doing all the things that I wanted my child to be sort of privy to as like the first kind of range of motion. And then dance is part of it. He doesn't like it. And I've said it before publicly. He doesn't like it. We had a conversation. I was like, hey, if there's one thing we could just get rid of, it's like, Papa, I don't want to dance. Like, he didn't even let me finish the question. So, I then stopped asking and we just keep taking him to dance. He doesn't, he's a good kid. He doesn't like throw a fit about what he doesn't want to do. He just knows that this is part of his routine now. And I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
My professional career, I was really bad for a very long time. Dance was not natural for me, and so it wasn't until I was in my late teens when I decided that I wanted to be my profession that I started taking it seriously. He's my son. He's the same Capricorn, stubborn goat like me. He's gonna, as long as I give him the foundation, he will then have to go and do it on his own anyway. So we'll see what happens.